All right, and the last database type to look at, and the newest one they've added, is the timeline. So again, we'll do /timeline and do a full page. This is a little confusing at first glance, but it really is pretty powerful. So we'll name it timeline example. It's not too much unlike a calendar. You have the calendar view sliding this way. If you go into a card, you'll see it still has a date, just a beginning and an end, kind of like if you had done the end date or not. Has that in there. And that's really what your cards are. You can assign it, you can have statuses, you can do different things with it. But each card just kind of shows up on this timeline. We can hide the little table on the side if you want to see the timeline. You can grab the end of a card. So for us, we use this to help with workload stuff. We know a website will be under development for these 2 weeks, and then it'll be under design for these 2 weeks, and we kind of move things around and assign them to people and do some pretty powerful things. So if we pull that table back up, if we go for an example here, we can assign as a person. So I would make that slightly different, but we can do that. We'll assign that to me, and the status is in progress. So we have that, and card one has that information on it now, but we don't really see that here. So this is where the properties come back in again. So properties, we can choose to show the table or not, and then see if it's assigned. There's the face, the date, which again, a little redundant in here, but the status could be useful. So if I had that up there, I could say, okay, that's in progress, and it's assigned to me. This one is not started yet, and assigned to me in this case. So you can set up some things pretty quick to have assignments like that going around, and then just pull up the side if you need to see what's going on there. Lots of cool stuff you can do. And again, if you have the side open now, we could do some things here too. So on the side, we want to show the dates. You can see it kind of knock that over. Let me close that for a second. You can see it put the date in there next to it. We could have the assignee over there. We could do a lot of things on the table on the side and make it pretty robust, but that becomes more like a table. I don't get a lot of use out of that. I want to see just the name of what's going on just so I can edit it quickly. And even then, I keep it closed most of the time. I just kind of deal with it here. It's okay, I want a new page. If you hover over, it's going to let you do a new one just wherever you want. We'll start right there. Call it test, and then start dragging where you want it to end. Go into it, add your stuff. And again, this page, you can do all powerful with everything else. You can add your icons and covers and other text and fields and do lots of stuff. But this timeline view was coming for a long time. A lot of us are anxious to see it, and it's been great now that we have it for limited uses. Again, I still think boards are where you're going to live the most, in calendars perhaps, but this has some great uses, like I said, for tracking progress of projects and things like that. And again, as we'll get into next, when you get into views and properties and some of that stuff, you can do a little bit of both and get the best of both worlds out of a single database. So let's look at that next.